Coffee cocktails like Irish coffee or Espresso Martini are becoming increasingly popular worldwide. To learn more about it, we met our friend Ondřej Hurtík, who became second at the World Coffee and Good Spirit Championship in 2015, and he also teaches a public course on this topic. We asked him to share the essential information for anybody interested in coffee cocktails. Hey guys, it's Alex from European Coffee Trip, and in this video we traveled to Prague to meet our friend Ondřej Hurtík, who is an expert when it comes to coffee cocktails. And we came here to learn about the basics, but also we asked him to share 4 recipes that you should know about.
So in this video I will show you 4 coffee cocktails, hot and cold. 2 of them are the basic and element one, Irish coffee and Espresso Martini, and 2 of them are my signature drinks. One is called Rosemary, which I created for my competition, and second one is Bohemian punch, which we created for our cafes for winter season.
Before we get into 4 coffee cocktail recipes, let's talk briefly about the essential tools and techniques.
So the essential part of bartending or making cocktails are the shaker. We have a 3-piece shaker, which is really good for shaking of cream because it has a smaller pour area, and also there is a built strainer. And then 2-piece shaker, which is really good, for example, for Espresso Martini because it creates much more foam. And then, like from the basic tools, we have a bar spoon for mixing and adding things or ingredients. Strainer, it's helpful when you pour the cocktails so it holds the ice inside the shaker. Jigger for measuring liquids. The jigger is used in a bartending world more than scales. We as a baristas are more focused on the weight, but it's with a volumetric system, it's much more faster. Also, you can use, for example, glass shot in a cafe, and everywhere is a strainer. It's helpful to strain all kind of things. Also, it's helpful for cream with a little bit carbs in it. One more important thing, maybe the most important thing, is the ice. The quality of ice influences the quality of the drinks. Usually, the ice makers behind the bar, they create really soft ice, which is around -4 degrees Celsius. But for bartending and for creating cocktails, it's better to use ice which is harder, which is around -20 degrees Celsius, because it slower melts down and don't dilute the cocktails so fast. Let's start about coffee because it's the key element for coffee cocktails. It's good to think about coffee as the ingredients, because sometimes as a baristas we are too focused on quality brewing, but in my opinion, like properly brewed coffee doesn't work in the cocktails. For example, in the drinks, like properly brewed espresso makes bitter and harsh finish, so it's better to use under-extracted espresso. And same with the filter. Filter coffee is for many drinks too weak, so I rather use like up-dosed filter coffees. Or maybe much better way is you use cold brew, which is concentrated coffee brew. And then there are some other ways how to use coffee in cocktails. For example, to create your own coffee bitters or create your own coffee liquor. And one more thing is infusing spirits with the coffee. So you put coffee beans into spirits. For example, Grand Marnier really nice works with the coffee beans. So let's talk about the cocktails. First is my favorite Irish coffee. It's really balanced and complex coffee. This drink consists of 4 basic ingredients, just filter coffee, sugar, whiskey and cream. So let's try it. So first step is preheat your glass with hot water, so your Irish coffee will be enough hot. So first add 20 ml of vanilla sugar syrup. $20 ml of whiskey. You can use Irish whiskey, but also you can experiment with another ones. My favorite are, for example, the Japanese whiskeys. Hot coffee, I really like to use natural coffees. This one is Bamboo Geisha from Panama, from Graziano Cruz. Usually nature processed coffees works really well. Give it a nice stir to connect all the layers. And shake some cream. We can use this small cute shaker for one portion. Or if you don't have a shaker at home, let's use these jars. The cream must be shaken really lightly, so it's still really liquid and not so thick, so it really nice floats on the top. And if you use enough sugar, don't worry to pour it quite quickly, because the sugar holds all the cream on the top. When I taste Irish coffee in the cafes, it's usually less sweet than I prefer. I really like a little bit much more of sugar, because it makes the Irish coffee really nice, balanced and complex, because it connects really nice the coffee and the whiskey. So usually the Irish coffee is less sweet, so the whiskey is a little bit punchy, and also using like a basic lines of whiskey. So the Irish coffee is as good as whiskey you use. Every cream is different, but usually with my favorite cream I use like 20 shakes and it's enough. And in a jar you can shake it with one hand easily. Like the result is almost the same. Cold cream is great to use, because then you have the contrast between the hot coffee and cold cream, and when it's mixed in your mouth, it's so pleasant. So Espresso Martini is a shaken drink and consists of vodka, coffee liqueur, espresso and a little bit of sugar. So let's make Espresso Martini. I start with a glass filled with the ice. And then to the shaker I add 30 ml of Mr. Black. It's a specialty coffee liqueur made by Ondřej Hurtík. It's less sweet than the normal coffee liqueurs you can find in a shop, so I really recommend it. Then I use 30 ml of vodka. This one is with lemon. It's a lemon vodka from Kettle One. It's really smooth, and the citrus adds nice kick. Just 5 ml of sugar syrup and espresso. And let's shake it. And strain it to the glass. At the beginning, to be honest, I don't like Espresso Martini. It was everywhere and the quality of the drinks was really average. But when I discovered specialty coffee liqueur, or you can make your own coffee liqueur, it's much more better and much more tastier. On top I'm using chocolate. It's a chocolate powder from a small manufacturer, Ayala. Because it adds on the first sip on your mouth the chocolate layer, and it's much better than the traditional 3 coffee beans, which if you bite it, it's not really pleasant experience. So Rosemary, it's my signature cocktail which I created for World Coffee and Good Spirits Championship in Göteborg. And in this drink, the idea behind it is to complement the washed Ethiopian coffee by gin, Grand Marnier and rose lemonade. So let's make rosemary cocktail. So let's start with the ice in a glass, because the glass is always has to be cold. It's good to start with the cheapest ingredients, because if you screw it up, you can make it again and it costs you less money. So I will start with a cold brew, which I made on a cold drip backpack adapter on Aeropress, and it's 60 ml. And I'm using washed Ethiopian coffee from Haru washing station. It's really floral coffee, so I want to enhance it by using Czech gin from Žufánek Distillery. I'm using 20 ml. Then Grand Marnier, it's a cognac-based orange liqueur, 20 ml. It adds nice sweetness and body to this drink. And let's stir it. By stirring, you nicely mix all the ingredients and also chill them quite quickly. So usually the stirring is about 20 seconds. So then we use one large cube of ice. So, and strain it. Nice. And to add some acidity and also floral aroma, I'm using Fentimans Rose Lemonade. It's lemons and rose, 50 ml. And as a garnish, I'm using rosemary, which enhances the aroma of the gin and make it more aromatic. I use the flame. It's very light and refreshing drink, so I recommend it during the hot days, during the summer. So when you make cocktails, you have a few techniques how to mix all the ingredients together and chill them. You saw the stirring, which is good for liquids with plus minus same density and which are clear. So another technique is called throwing, which is used especially if you have some nice aromatics, gin and coffee. So you throw the liquid from one tin to another one, and it's really nice aerates and it smells really amazing. Bohemian Punch, this is the drink we created for our cafes for winter season, and it's based on a famous Czech liquor Becherovka and coffee. So let's make Bohemian Punch, warm drink based on traditional Czech spirits. So first of all, again, warm your cup. So first of all, Becherovka, Czech herb liquor, really traditional, and you can find it anywhere, 20 ml. As a sweetener, Becherovka cordial, based on linden flowers. Linden is a national Czech tree. 25 ml. Little bit bitterness. 50 ml of filtered coffee or brewed coffee. Usually I like something more heavy. In this case it's a El Salvador Aguacatal and 50 ml of fruit tea. This tea is called Grandma's Garden. It's a mix of like red fruits, apples, really nice aroma. And 1 spoon of butter, because every warm drink is really nice with butter. It makes really creamy and pleasant texture. And let's warm it. If you have a coffee machine, you can warm it on steam one or at home on stovetop. Now it's hot, and let's pour it into preheated cup. And as a garnish, I'm using dried plums. Coffee bitters, it's like bitter drops. In our case, it's based on rum, coffee, spices and burnt caramel. You can make it at home, but it takes like 14 days. And also you can, I think, buy it anywhere, but the homemade are always the best. And if you don't have coffee bitters, don't worry, you can use the most common Angostura bitters. You can find them anywhere. While heating drinks with alcohol or spirits, it's important to not heat it over 60 degrees Celsius for a long time, because like above 60 degrees Celsius, the alcohol starts vaporizing, so you are losing the alcohol content. So if you get hooked in coffee cocktails, there are few resources to study about it. So definitely Art and Craft of Coffee Cocktails, Liquid Intelligence, there are more advanced techniques about making cocktails and preparations for cocktails. And last one is Jerry Thomas' Bartending Guide, How to Mix Cocktails, where you can find basic recipes of element cocktails. Also, you can visit our course, Coffee and Spirits, which is held here in Prague, and it's led by me and Tomáš Moser, who is a bar historian. And in this course, we get much deeper into coffee cocktails.
This will be definitely kind of the Christmassy, and I think also our parents or grandparents would actually love it. Yeah. And I'll be driving soon, so I shouldn't drink that much of it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, so subscribe to our channel, because there will be more videos coming, and I'm looking forward to see you very soon. Bye bye.